What's going on, everybody? Brandon here, back with another action figure review. In front of us, a couple of awesome new sets from Spin Master: Batman vs. Freeze and Night Sky Batman. Very cool, very interesting sets, both from Amazon. Our Batman vs. Freeze set, 30 bucks. Night Sky Batman, 20 bucks. We're going to find out if these guys are worth it. Really excited for this one. There are still no pictures up on Amazon of this set, so I really didn't know what it was until I got it. They later updated the description, so it now says Batman versus Mr. Freeze. If you check out the link, I'll leave it for you below. You'll be able to see that there, and then you can get it. This one for 20 bucks. I really wish we would have gotten a different kind of Batman. I guess maybe some different paint apps would have been nice. Unfortunately, we didn't get it. Our two Batmen are exactly the same. For the Night Sky Batman, here is the UPC if you need it. I guess it's like 10 bucks for the Batman, 10 bucks for the wings and accessories. The wings do look really cool though. We need a new 12-inch man bat. That would be perfect. And here is the Freeze UPC in case you missed it. I think I missed it. All right, we're going to get these toys out of the packaging and take a closer look. Stay tuned. All right, you guys, we got our figures out of the packaging. They have a lot of accessories. The Batman Freeze 2-pack has 17 accessories in total. That's quite a bit. The figures do look nice. And our Night Sky Batman, he has 7 accessories. So all in all, not too bad. Let's dive on in. Taking a look at Batman first from the Batman Freeze 2-pack, a very nice looking figure. I think we've got about 5 of these at this point. I wish we had some different color variation and scheme. I think 3 out of the 5 are all the exact same color. We'll do some comparisons later, and then that will help. All of them Amazon, I won't say exclusive, because these did start to trickle out into Toys R Us and Walmart and places like that. Macy's, I should say, not Toys R Us. But yeah, it's the exact same figure that you're used to. If you've gotten any of these previous deluxe Batmans from Amazon, you know exactly what you're in for. So no big surprises there. And so the articulation on both of these Batmans is going to be exactly the same. We can take a look at that now. So movement in the head, side to side. He can look up just a little bit and down just a tad. His arms come out about that far. They do go full 360 like that. A little hindered. Oh, what? Oh. All right. Well, good thing I got a backup. Let's just keep going. So full 360 in the arm. He's got a bend and a twist at the bicep tricep. He has a bend and a twist at the elbow. Full 360 in the wrist with a bend as well, although it is definitely difficult. But yeah, you could do it. Bend and twist. Not bad. He does have an ab crunch, which is crazy to think on a 12-inch action figure. But yes, he has an ab crunch, diaphragm twist. Nothing in the waist. His legs come out really far. They go forward really good. They don't go back. No, they don't go back. There's a bend at the knee. And then there's articulation in the ankles, forward and back. And it does rock side to side as well. So there is deluxe Batman articulation without any accessories. We got one that survived, one that didn't. It is always such a major pain to get all of these accessories on these Batman figures. If you're a kid, you will definitely, like 100%, need help from your parents. If you're a kid, probably under 10, for sure, you're going to need help from your parents. If you're a parent, you're going to get frustrated a little bit. It's kind of tough. Some of the ports in some of the areas, especially on the wrist, is very tough. And they just take a lot of time. But all in all, I will say it is worth it. Both of these Batman look great. Here's the one from the Freeze 2-pack. He even has like stilts, or I guess these help him walk better on ice. But yeah, all in all, not too bad. He's got his bat goggles, so that way he doesn't get any frostbite. He's got some silver or metallic armor, so that kind of helps him a little bit too. I was able to pop that arm back into place. It's kind of fragile, so I'm not going to mess with it too much on that side. You just have a really cool gun. It does not fire anything at all, no grapple or anything. It looks like it does, but I think it just articulates, and that's about it. The boots, again, here they are. Very interesting choice. I do like this metallic color a lot on Batman's backside. We do get the cape. It does not look like the other capes. It looks like it definitely has a bigger top portion for the cape, so that way it ports in nicely. But all in all, it does look really good. Unlike some of the other ones, I feel like the articulation is not really hindered too much by these accessories. We are missing some leg accessories that he just doesn't come with, like, anything on the upper or lower legs is not there for this figure. So maybe that's how the articulation isn't really hindered too much. I know definitely with the upper leg accessories on some of the previous Batmans, it has definitely hindered the articulation. I just went to move his arm and this just popped right off. So you just gotta kind of be mindful of those things. It's not supposed to stop the articulation from doing its normal function, but it can. If you're a kid, you're definitely going to lose some parts if you're not careful. So just be wary of that. All in all, though, it is not too bad at all. I really like this look for Batman, and it definitely suits him well to fight Mr. Freeze. Next, our Night Sky Batman. He looks awesome. I did not think these accessories would look as good as they do, but it looks fantastic. We can flip Batman around, and it looks like these are mostly all new accessories. I think the belt is a reuse, and then this breathing apparatus is the same piece that came with Nightwing. But other than that, it is 100% brand new. I really like the leg guards. I think those came out really nice. The arm guards too, definitely to give him some better aerodynamics when he flies. And the mouth guard fit very, very nicely. It looks very snug. I didn't think it was going to be that good, being a Nightwing accessory, but man, it fit on there really nice and snug. It doesn't come apart or anything. It is completely attached. It just slides right over Batman's head onto the back of the cowl, and it fits very nicely on the bridge of the nose. The jetpack does attach. The wings do attach. There's a button back here, a bat emblem that you press, and then that lets the wings deploy like this. And that actually looks really cool. That is a very impressive wingspan, and I really do like that a lot. He also has a couple of missiles. I don't think they actually fire with a spring. I think they are just like you push them and then they fire like that. Yep. Oh man, I just hit some toys. Let's do one more. There's another one. I just hit some pops over there. Great. It does work very nicely though. For 20 bucks, this is a really cool Batman. It probably would make a really nice gift. If you're a customizer, this screams Batman Beyond. Definitely needs a black and red deco, and then he'll be all good to go. Next, taking a look at Mr. Freeze, he looks great. A really nice looking figure. My daughter Cece pointed out to me that Mr. Freeze is a doctor. Why isn't he called Dr. Freeze? And I did not know the answer to that. I think it took me quite some time before I realized. I think it was Batman Animated BTAS in the 90s. That was when they reinvented Freeze's origin. He was already being called Mr. Freeze in the 60s and 70s. Of course, in the Adam West show, he was Mr. Freeze. But reinvented as a doctor, I think the evil villain name still has to be Mr. Freeze, though. It's got really interesting feet. It almost looks like Crocs, like a new version of Crocs. They are pretty big feet. That is really interesting. But yeah, a very nice figure. He does have translucent arms. This helmet does not pop off as far as I know. It looks like it wants to, but it does not. I don't want to mess with it. But yeah, the arms, super cool. Very nice. Very translucent. Reminds me of the Batman from the mid 2000s when Freeze had freeze powers and didn't have a gun. So that is cool, but we do get the gun, so that is awesome. I'm really glad we got the freeze gun despite all things. Very nice to have that. So, articulation on Mr. Freeze. I'm sure his head moves. I just can't do it with the helmet on. His arms come out about that far, forward and back, full 360. He has a bend at the bicep tricep area. Getting PTSD from the Batman figure. Okay, there we go. Yeah, full 360 there. He does have a bend and twist at the elbow. That is nice. And a full 360 at the wrist. And it doesn't look like, because it is a translucent material, I don't see any articulation in the wrist as far as like bending inward and outward. There's no extra articulation there, but it doesn't matter. That's nice. All we need is that rotation for the 360, so that's good. We do have movement in the ab crunch and yeah, very nice diaphragm movement. Very cool. Nothing in the waist. His legs come out pretty far. So that is good. You can kick Batman nice and easy. They go forward pretty good. They don't really go back. There's a bend at the knee, and there is definitely articulation in the ankles forward and back. Very nice. And then they do rock side to side as well. So pretty good articulation for Mr. Freeze without his accessories. We're going to get those on him next and see how he fares. Hopefully it'll be good. Here's Mr. Freeze all suited up. He looks fantastic. Definitely a very intricate armor design and style. It looks like a lot of these pieces actually ended up laying one over the other. But all in all, really interesting. Again, if you are a kid, you're totally going to need help from your parents. Big time. So he has this tank on his back that goes in first. And then there's actually some tubing that underneath this you have to attach. Yeah, so these tubes attach on both sides. Then you cover it up with the big silver plate for the chest. It attaches in the back on the sides. Then you could do the shoulders and then the gauntlets. And the gauntlets have these wires that run up and attach inside these ports here on his back. So very, very interesting design. Does it hinder his articulation in his arms? Of course. The shoulder pads for sure. And then the arms cannot go any more forward than this with the wire there. But still not too bad. All things considered, for the most part, it really does help the figure to look good. He can hold the gun very nicely, so I really like that a lot. All in all, you guys, just a really, really cool looking figure. The chrome finish, or like silver plating chrome finish on the armor, makes it look really good. It almost makes it look like a completely different figure. There's many different ways that you could configure this. You could take off most of the armor and just leave the gun and then the tank on his back. There's definitely a lot of ways to change it up. So you could have a new looking Freeze or an old one or something in between. Maybe if you can get him some ice powers, then that would be even better. Not sure where you find those accessories, but I am sure they're out there somewhere. All in all, not too bad. Freeze looks great. So for a size comparison, first among each other, these guys look great together, definitely in scale. Keep in mind the Batman from the 2-pack with his ice shoes is a little bit taller than Freeze, but not by much. Next, for a size comparison with all of our deluxe Batmans, here they are, all 5 so far. and it looks like we actually have no reuse of accessories at all, with the exception of Nightwing's mouthpiece for Night Flight Batman or Night Sky Batman. So really, they're all different. Technically, you could get them all. They all look different. And they are not all in the black deco like I thought. This one looks like he's in the black deco, but he has gray gloves, gray helmet. This one for sure is an all black deco. Our new one, Night Sky Batman. Our one in the Freeze 2-pack is an all black deco. The very first one that we got is almost an all black deco. I think it's just his helmet that is a dark blue. And then the one that came with the Bane 2-pack is gray, brown, and black. So definitely a lot of variety here. You can definitely mix and match parts. Kind of feels like G.I. Joe or Action Man. It's kind of the style that they're going with Batman. But it looks really good. I like it, and these figures are awesome. And for another comparison, here's our new Batmans with some other deluxe figures. They all fit in really nicely. Definitely the same sculpt for Nightwing on the breathing apparatus with that new Batman. There's a couple changes, though. We can go over those, but all in all, these guys fit in very nicely. So on the back side of the breathing apparatus, they definitely changed it. For Batman, there was no port or anything to clip in. You just slid it over his mask, and it fit in nicely. For Nightwing, it does have this notch in the back, so you have to notch it correctly in order for it to close. But from the front, they absolutely look the exact same. Definitely a similar style sculpt, or the exact same sculpt, and just the changing in the back. Nightwing also has the same port as this Batman, so you could completely swap the accessories. So you can switch the jetpacks on the back just like this. You could use this on Nightwing as well if you wanted him to pretend to be Batman and have a bat emblem. But yeah, the thing on the back is just, if you see this groove or attachment here on the back, then that's how you know it'll work. So far, Nightwing is the only other one aside from Batman that I've seen that has that thing on his back. But man, to give Nightwing some real wings is actually a pretty sweet idea. You could definitely customize this and make it a nice bright blue, and then give Nightwing some awesome wings. I think that actually looks fantastic. And for a comparison with Mr. Freeze, here he is with some villains. Deluxe Bane, Deluxe Joker, the new Future State Standard Harley, and Copperhead Standard Release. So it looks like he fits in very nicely with these guys. I was not able to find my old Mr. Freeze, the first version of 12-inch Freeze. If I am able to find that, I'll be sure to include the clip right after this one. But yeah, I think that would be, this one definitely for sure, a million times better than the old Freeze. And I like the sculpt a lot better. Of course, the articulation is fantastic. He looks great with the Rogues. And for another comparison with some basic figures in the Spin Master 12-inch line, it's just important to note that pretty much any deluxe figure you get is going to be a little bit taller than the basic figures. For standard Batman, Mr. Freeze, and Nightwing, you can't really notice it too much, and it's kind of forgivable because Freeze's suit, kind of makes him a little bit taller. There's Batman just a little bit taller compared to Nightwing and Blue Beetle. This Batman with the ice boots on, you can see he's definitely taller. He'd be taller regardless, but you kind of get the idea. So all in all, not too bad. They do fit in well. If you're a collector, you'll notice this for sure. If you're a little kid, probably not really going to notice, and I think they will blend in together very nicely, just fine. All right, you guys, that about does it for this action figure review. Thank you so much for joining me. Once again, Night Sky Batman, $20 on Amazon, and the Batman vs. Mr. Freeze 2-pack, $30 on Amazon. Some awesome figures, you guys. Spin Master has been putting out some great new stuff lately. We got some more new stuff coming. Very, very excited. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you're going to pick up or pass on these, what you're finding online and in your local areas. I would love to hear from you. You guys, the likes, comments, shares, support, all of the subscriptions, everything you're doing on the channel, absolutely fantastic. Thank you, each and every one of you, for your support. It's been phenomenal. As I find more new, cool, and awesome stuff, I'll be sure to bring it to you right here. Once again, I'm Brandon. Thanks for watching.